Hello guys, this is Frodo Matrix here. Doing my first mod spotlight on a mod called Ropes Plus. We have Mom Squeaky here.
Woo, yeah.
And we have MA78704 here.
Hi.
These are some friends of mine. Okay, so this is the Ropes Plus mod. It adds arrows, grappling hooks, hook shots, and rope. Cool. So we're gonna start off with the recipe for rope, which is right here. 3 string like this gets you rope. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about all the arrows. So you have your normal flint, feather, and stick gets you 4 normal arrows. And now what this mod does is it replaces the top thing of the it replaces the flint in the arrow crafting recipe with the particular thing. For example, coal for a fire arrow. Redstone for a penetrating arrow. Fire arrow, we'll explain the arrows later. Redstone arrows, penetrating arrows. Snowball for frost arrows. Would someone set up a water pit?
Yeah.
We have gunpowder for a exploding arrow, which is pretty awesome. That's I think my favorite arrow. Then slime ball for slime arrows. Then seeds for a seed arrow. Obsidian for a warp arrow. Sand for confusion arrow. A torch for a 4 torch arrow. These all have 4. Sorry if I wasn't mentioning this. The actual crafting recipes give you 4 of the particular recipe. Torch gives you 4 torch arrows, which is kind of weird because 1 torch gives you 4 torches, but you use up bow durability and a feather and a stick. So, yeah. Or gets you 1 dirt is 4 dirt, so that's kind of odd.
Bigger.
Or that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Then we have rope gets us the rope arrow. So those are all the arrows. When you hold a bow now, in the upper left you get arrows. It tells you what arrow you are holding, or what you're gonna fire. Now, if you press the period or comma keys on your keyboard, you will switch arrows. First, I'm gonna shoot the normal arrow at one of these pigs. Just normal arrow. Awesome. Okay. How much damage did that do? It seemed like it did a lot. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's 10 high, right? Yeah.
yeah. And then now this is a confusion arrow. What it does is it does what? What just happened?
Oh, I guess that's what it does.
Did you do something?
No, that's what it does.
Aha. So this is the confusion arrow. It's made with sand, and what it does,
You
apparently,
don't even have to hit it at a pig.
you just shoot. So it appears to do a certain radius around it. It hits them, but it does actually no damage. So you'll notice these pigs won't die no matter how many arrows I shoot. It just kind of confuses them, and they're like, I got hit, so they run around in circles. So that's the confusion arrow. Pretty fun. It doesn't do anything to players, except maybe confuse them. I thought I would get hurt, but you didn't actually. Now, one thing that's kind of weird about this mod, when you're firing a Ropes Plus arrow, the bow turns into a Ropes Plus bow, and if you look at yourself, you're holding it like it's an item, sort of. So that's kind of weird. And then when you let go of it, it turns back into a normal bow, and then it has to go down and come back up to switch back to a normal bow.
It looks like it's much faster than a actual normal bow shooting a arrow, like how fast the charge goes up.
Huh, I can see that, yeah. Okay, now we're pressing comma. Oh, sorry, period. And we have the exploding arrow. Everyone gets their set exploding arrow. Now, the exploding arrow, I don't really want to test on these pigs that we have here. I think spiders will do the trick, and I kind of want them far away from our test. No! Don't be firing those. Okay, spiders. Throwing down the bow. This is with the explosion arrow. The arrow sticks in them, and then explodes. See? And kills the spider. Now, it doesn't have to be in a moth. It can explode when it hits the ground. And again, it's made with one gunpowder, and it's not quite as strong as TNT, but it's pretty close. So, like, if you wanted to go for, like, powerfulness, if you made this as opposed to TNT, because you can make five of these with, you can make 1 TNT with 5 gunpowder and 5 of these with 5 gunpowder. This is actually more explosive power, I think, but it might not be able to explode stone. Yeah, it can explode. It doesn't have a lot of blast power. Okay, so this is, like, as I said, my favorite, because, like, you can shoot it in a spider, and they'll smoke, and then they'll explode, and get shot up. And that's pretty awesome. Okay. Why are they coming on fire?
And they started a forest.
I see. Okay, next we have the dirt arrow. The dirt arrow is made with 1 block of dirt, and it spawns dirt where you shoot. That's the most self-explanatory one right there. Well, not the most, but close. So, like, if you wanted to kind of just spam click this, kind of fun. Okay. Now we have the rope arrow. Say I wanted to get on top of that ledge right there, okay? And I didn't have any ladders or anything to put up. I'm going to shoot my rope arrow right at the top there, and it'll drop a rope up to 32 blocks long. So, like, if this went 32 blocks down, it would not be able to keep going. It would not go past 32 blocks worth of rope. But now we can climb this. And get to the top of this thing. And then we can break the rope. Now, if you were on survival, you'd get the thing back. But then it drops a rope arrow that you can pick back up. What is this water?
Sorry.
Okay. And then it drops the rope arrow back down. Are ropes impervious to water? Would you check?
I don't. Okay. Yeah.
Water. Yeah, go. No, not impervious to water. So that's pretty awesome. Just made with 1 rope gives you 4 of these. So would be a pretty good way to get, like, up a jungle tree or up a ledge. Or, like, onto the roof.
Ropes can also go on thin air.
Yeah, like this. They don't have to be on the block. And, next we have the Orb Arrow. The Orb Arrow made with obsidian. Probably the most expensive one. Or the most time-consuming one. Obsidian is kind of easy to get. Okay. But I shoot it, and it teleports me to where it was shot. So what I think is pretty cool, to shoot it straight up, and then shoot it over here, and you teleport over here, then it comes back down. When it comes back down, and then you teleport to here. And then we have the slime arrow. What was that? Okay. That was maybe just on my end. Sorry. Okay.
Slime?
It sounded like we were teleporting to the nether. I just had a sound effect. Okay, and then
slime?
Yeah, the slime. Now, one thing that's kind of weird with this mod sometimes, or maybe it's just a vanilla Minecraft thing, or just how my game looks, but it makes things shady at some points.
Look. When you shoot something, it turns it into slime.
It has
That's
a chance.
of turning it into a slime.
Yes.
And slime of any size. So I don't know, that could be pretty cool. And then it's a sort of, I think it's a lower chance than like 1 in 4. So like you wouldn't get more slime balls than you put in. I'm looking at this from a balance point of view. Now none of these were like really big because slimes now are pretty easy to find in a swamp or in a cave or something. So it's really not that bad. But that's the slime arrow. Pretty awesome. Now we have the next arrow is the torch arrow. Now this one is also a really cool one. You shoot it. Someone change it all the way to nighttime. Or I guess the sun's setting right now, so don't bother. But when we shoot it comes down and spawns a torch and lights up the general area. You can even do it on walls, I believe. Maybe?
Yeah,
Yep, okay. You just require some skill to hit, like, the center of the block or something.
like me, I have amazing skill.
Sure. Sure. Now I got it. It just wasn't working. Okay, so next we have the penetrating arrow. Now, the penetrating arrow, I kind of need to get on the same level as the pigs. It will go through multiple pigs. You see how it hurt 2 pigs? It'll go through multiple pigs and do more damage than
They also, I think they said this. Yeah, they go straight for a continuous amount of time.
Oh yeah, like
Down.
if I were to shoot this, you see how it goes straight as opposed to going down like a normal arrow would? That's one thing that it does too. It barely goes down at all. Like I could shoot, like normally with a normal bow, you'd like to aim like right there to shoot the zombie, but you actually want to aim like actually where it is to shoot it. It goes down very slightly though. Cool. So next one is the frost arrow. This is what I wanted the water pit for. I do not see any effect. Whoa. It eliminates torches.
That makes total sense.
See? Like, I just shot it there, and it did, like, a 3x3 of eliminating torches. Like,
Whoa.
toss them on the ground. Do you want to... No, don't shoot the ice yet. Okay. But it turns water into ice in a 3x3x2. Yeah. So that's the, frost arrow. Now these are effects that I've discovered, not that I've, looked on the forums. And I could not find any good wiki for this mod, by the way. So, this is just what I've experimented with and figured out. Okay, next we have the seed arrow. The seed, would someone get a hoe and, hoe one of these dirts?
I got it.
When you shoot it, it will turn dirt into grass. So, like, say if you want grass in the middle of your house, but, like, it's high up in the air, and you don't want to wait for the dirt to spread, or you want a mob spawner to be able to spawn, like, pigs or something, which I guess isn't a thing anymore, but it was a long time ago. But, you can make grass way underground like this, which I think is pretty cool.
And
And
if you
then...
have a hoe, you can make seeds with it.
Yeah. Now this is made with seeds, so it makes a lot of sense. I do believe you get 4 though, so for 1 seed you get 4 seeds, sort of. But again, it costs feathers and sticks. And feathers are kind of hard to come by, sort of. I guess. And if you haven't noticed, each of these have different particle effects. Like the fire one is fire behind it. The leafs one had a leaf behind it. Okay, the fire arrow. Would someone change it back to daytime, please?
Yeah.
The fire arrow will light mobs that it hits on fire or the ground on fire. And does about as much. Yeah, we have a lot more piggies to start out with. I really like the confusion arrow when there's a bunch of animals around. Like, if someone had a mob farm, you know, and, you wanted to kind of scare them, like, they had a bunch of piggies or something in a pen, you, like, shoot a confusion arrow, and they all get hit, they're like, what's going on?
I wonder if you hit them at zombie pigmen, will they all come charging after you?
I think they will.
Okay, let's test it.
Oh, I didn't know, fire burns fences. That's cool.
Oh, I didn't. That is really cool.
Are you really testing it? Okay. Now we're back to the beginning. Confusion arrows? Well, they're fighting each other, actually. That is odd. They don't know who hit them. See? They're fighting each other.
Yeah, whoa!
That's cool.
I guess it works for other mobs too. No, but
Here, I'm going on game mode 1. I mean 0.
yeah.
Are you gonna come at me, Pigman? Yes, you are. It's nice that the enchanted sword one survived. Darn, I was killed.
Nice.
Slash TP. Mama is squeaky. Thank you. That's a pretty strong enchanted thing. Like, I had full hearts when that happened. Okay, let me get all my stuff back. So that's it for the arrows. Pretty awesome. Now we're gonna take a look at the rope itself, and the grappling hook, and the hook shot. So let me kind of clean my inventory up here. So rope is kind of weird. It's not in a creative menu at all. And you have to craft it with 3 string, like this. I'm just gonna take the 6 rope. So I'm gonna demonstrate rope. It's not quite as you saw it on the rope arrow. It actually has to be placed on the. It has to be placed so that it hooks to the top, and it's in the center of the block. And it goes down, and you can climb it up. So it's like a form of ladder. And then when you have two, like, what? Why can't I place more? What I find also, if you place one right next to it, it kind of spawns onto that length, which I thought was kind of weird, but I guess it could be useful. Like, you have that, and then like you can't get under it, but you can place it right there and get it to go down. I thought that was interesting. And then if you like break this, all of the ones below will break, which makes sense again. So this doesn't need to be like in the middle. Like, you don't have to have a block to do this on. Say like you had a house and you didn't want to put a pillar in the center of your room, and you only wanted to take up one block, you could do this, and you could access it from all sides, which would be pretty awesome for like my mineshaft thing that I have in our 1.6.1 Let's Play. Okay, sorry. Now we have the grappling hook, made with 2 rope, like this, and 1 iron, gets you 1 grappling hook. Now the grappling hook, oh, by the way, it has a little grappling hook with rope tied around it. So what you do, you throw it, and you throw it, it comes down to the block, like that, and drops a rope down that you can come climb up. In survival, you'd actually punch the thing itself and you get it back, and it's like an instant destroy. But in creative, it'll destroy the block if I don't do that. If I don't destroy that block. And, yeah, that's the grappling hook. Pretty cool. That's in the tools section. And all the arrows, by the way, were in the combat. Now, I believe it's time to go on to the hook shot, which is my favorite part of the mod. Let me show recipes before anyone
This is really cool.
starts holding on to it.
This is amazing. It's like a stack of rope.
Okay, so we have the hook shot made with a grappling hook, a rope, and a piston, and 6 iron. Gets you 1 hook shot, and then 4 paper and 1 gunpowder gets you 4 hook shot cartridges. The hook shot, if you just tap right click, it'll send an arrow from your feet to where you right clicked. Then if you hold down, like kind of like a bow, and then let go, you'll be pulled and sort of zip line, but you actually kind of walk on it. See that, how his feet is at the line? So I think it's more like a tightrope, although it is advertised as a zip line. And then it appears to be tethered in the center of the block that you clicked on. Like, it's not on the edge, it's in the center. So like, if I did that, it wouldn't be stuck to the top. See how it's stuck to, so that I can go on all sides of it. Now, after you've tethered it, like this, I cannot back away. Like, I'm stuck. Now, this would be pretty bad if, like, you had a pool of lava or something, and you accidentally tethered it there, and, you were like, you wanted to get away, but you can't. You can't get away. You can only get closer. And then you have to hold this down and pull this way, and then you would fall into a pit of lava, which would be sad. Okay, everyone want to sign off?
Yeah. Thanks for watching. I'm Mama Susu.
So long, I'm MA78704.
This is Frodo Matrix signing off. Thanks for watching.